Okay, so I have a lot to say about this, and I just felt like I needed to pop in and say hi. So, number one, you, me, we all are the word teachers. Okay, we are all teachers, education learners. We are all. It doesn't matter if you've ever been labeled a teacher, if you've ever gone to college and educated yourself to be a teacher. You are a teacher in learning and lessons. So, not sure if I could look up like the definition of the word teacher, but Google has gone above and beyond their National Appreciation Day, okay, for teachers. And I like the way that it's phrased, National Teacher Appreciation Day. But at the same time, I want you to understand you are a teacher. Regardless of what you think or believe, it is limiting if you do not think or believe that you are a teacher. Okay? So the limiting belief that keeps you from thinking that you are a teacher is all this mess. Everything saying that that's a school, that's what it looks like, and that's how it should look. Okay, no, that's not true. That's how our schools look right now, but not all of them, and definitely not a homeschool. So this is also a homeschool hello, okay? And I've known my whole life, even in high school. In high school, my teacher said the words that made me understand and truly get it. We are all teachers. We are all teachers. Period. End of sentence. I know there's more to it, and Jim Quick has it all over. I've seen it. The evidence of what I'm trying to describe has been described better by other people, and Jim Quick is definitely one of them, I can say. Then let's look up. I was about to type in the definition, but we're having fun looking at this, right? List of teachers' days. Oh, look at that. A list of teacher days. Let's look at all of them. I think we're going to celebrate this on our own terms. And just because we want everybody to be appreciated today. I know that COVID has taught everybody a lot about teachers and appreciating them and their place at work. Yes, the ones who have gone to college and spent their entire life's education, work, career, everything on being a teacher, they might have a little bit higher standard in your life. That doesn't mean that you are any less of a teacher. We're all teachers. There's just a certain amount of knowledge somebody went out of their way to gather and in a certain department so that they could teach that specific deal, and then there's a basic teacher who has to teach each little lesson, and they have too much like me to teach you. I don't know how I was explaining that. I remember I don't know if it still exists. Somebody's school still does it. They have a teacher that teaches them math and science at the same time. Maybe not at the same time. But this is where I'm going with this. Like, okay, you have one teacher who specifies in one category, and that's that. They don't go and do a coach thing either. They don't do other extra. Okay, so what do you think about that teacher? I had a coach who was also I don't know, that was English class, or if it was, what the hell was the class? I want to say it was English class. We did read Chicken Soup for the Soul. But yeah, teachers can be coaches, and they do everything. There's a multitude of things that teachers can do. Okay, let's see how much of this is gonna go on. So, when I Google, it ends. There's the end. Okay, like there's usually an end to this. Okay, How do I get back to the search feature? Oh, wait. I did want to see that feature. What was it? Go back. News, deals, videos, greetings. Okay, no. I want definition.
I got to go places. I got to say hi to people I haven't seen in a year.
Okay. I don't know how I accidentally pressed play just now. Definition. There we go. Teacher. A person who teaches, especially in a school. Okay. Get rid of that, because that's not how dictionaries work. There's no especially anything. Okay. But I get it. They want to like accentuate the fact that we're appreciating the teachers who are getting paid minimum wage or worse. And definitely those things are a topic to talk about. And that's why when we speak on a topic, right, we concentrate on what is more ignored, right? The teachers in the school aren't getting treated right. They aren't getting paid right. And that's why the conversation goes in that direction. But here we go, talking about everybody's a teacher. So there's a big debate when somebody talks about one thing or all things. And the point being to bring out that concentration on the lack in a certain category of all, right? I just want to make sure, just because I'm here for you to educate yourself, to grow more, because this topic right here, okay, just being a teacher, you are a teacher. Everybody is a teacher. Because let's go straight into the movie Aquila and the Bee, or how is that word? It's a spelling bee movie, and the entire moral of the story is that everyone is your teacher. Your best friend has something to teach you. Your brother has something to teach you. Your mother has something to teach you. That substitute teacher has something to teach you. There are so many aspects of what we have to educate on. Just your simple, basic, age 1 to 5, is proof and evidence that you are a teacher. Now, this is another reason I go deep into how we all have a responsibility to be that teacher in some point or another. You know, and when you are hanging out in the park and you see a child, and maybe you're playing with a child, maybe your kid's playing with that child, and there will be a moment when you actually have to speak up and educate that moment. And maybe you don't. Maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you're hovering. Maybe you're being a helicopter parent. But there are also other aspects of helping kids learn truths and lies in their life. So somebody at home could be learning something they're not supposed to, something that's just not age appropriate. And for you to give that 2-second pass through in their life, there's still a purpose. There's still a purpose for your responsibility as just a human educator, because we all are, in one way or another. We're going to affect someone's life, even if we're just there for 2 seconds. You somehow, some way, maybe, so simple things like, okay, so kids that age aren't really allowed to have gum. Say your kid has gum and now they're confused. So now you're educating that other parents have choices to give certain kids what they want and what they shouldn't have. In these moments, this is a horrible example because I can't really think of any great ones, but it's good enough that it's just like when you tell your kid you can't do something, but you're doing that one thing you're telling them they can't do. They don't understand it's an age appropriate thing. But like being able to convey that is a whole nother part of being that teacher, right? When we teach our kids, like to tell them, okay, you can't be on your phone all day, but then you're on your phone all day. You're showing them a different example than what you're teaching them. And so this is another way we teach. We teach by example. just alone. Just by walking around the house, you're teaching somebody something because they're observing and watching you. So, let's get into some more definition process. Profession. So if you're looking at a profession, that's a good way to look at it. Overview. Types of teachers. There we go. Everybody's a teacher. Here we go. Elementary school teachers, middle school teachers, that's what you're getting at. There's special categories of teachers. And then there's you. You are your own special category. A lifelong learner, a lifelong educator. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. There we go. The cool teacher. See, the cat lady. She's a teacher too. See? It says it. The scary librarian. She's a teacher too. So we can create our own little meme that helps also appreciate the other kinds of teachers in our life that aren't just the actual teacher. See, I'm a personal life obsessed teacher. That's me. There we go. The extremely old. Oh gosh. But anyways, I wanted to make sure that you knew you're a teacher too, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you in my life, and I appreciate your presence in this world, because you have a place and a purpose, and every person you come into contact with is your responsibility. And there is a huge debate on that too. Go ahead, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I seen it right here on where's the Twitch? I mean, not the Twitch. It's the bird. There we go. Twitter. They sound too much alike to me. There's Jim Quick right there. Don't miss a thing. Thank you. Okay, not now. I'm good. There's Jim Quick. National Teacher Day. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for connecting. 18 hours ago. Let's see what he's got. Bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of a branch breaking. Trust. It's huge. Spread your wings in your own trust. Hell yeah. That is so true. Oh my gosh. I love this. This is another reason I am going off on this teacher thing. My child has started to lose trust in her own wings. She has proven to me, shown it to me, said the words to me, and it irks me so hard inside, because I have no clue how to reconcile this issue that we've created upon her. Perfectionism and helicopter parenting have turned her into not being able to trust her own ability to spread her wings. Something I was just asking her to do yesterday, and she was just telling me I can't. And I'm just like, you haven't even tried. Taking a step with your foot is moving one step further. That if I ask you to do that, you don't tell me you can't. So where do I help me with this? This is where, okay, now I'm making a rally cry for all these teachers in the world. Come help me figure out this issue that I've created in my own child, because I educated incorrectly at some point or another. Something that we accumulatively, mom, dad, grandma, whoever's been in her life, teaching her limitations this early in life, that she doesn't, she has no place for that right now. At this age, she should be jumping into the abyss of nothing and just pray, like, this hope, this Oh my God. I feel sad when I think about how life isn't just one or the other or just straightforward. There's more to it. And trust is a huge aspect of being able to move forward and try new things and be a part of things. What else? Okay, we were looking into, where were we going? We were going to go into, why did I come here? Twitter. Okay, a basketball player. Is there like a place for my comments where I've always commented and stuff? Like stuff I've done? Oh my God. I don't know anything about what it just said, but I want to look at my tweets and replies and get into that. So there was a person that had posted exactly what we are talking about, right? They said, I'm not your role model. Don't look up to me, right? Something like that. And I've heard this argument since being in high school. And you can go ahead, for a minute, go ahead and take their side until you really dive deep into how limiting and selfish and just ignorant the comment really is. Because if you wanted to be famous at one point or another and you got it, what was the real point of being famous? Did you have any other intentions and goals? Okay, maybe that makes sense to why you think that you're not a role model or someone to be looked up upon. Let's see if I can find it, though. It's definitely older than all this stuff. I never found Joe Rogan. I'm still like behind on this Joe Rogan stuff. I don't know anything about it. Okay. Oh yeah, I definitely actually read some of this stuff. See if I got any replies to some of this. Nobody replied to that comment. Oh my gosh, this lady was amazing. I got lost in her pages. Martha Wash. She is a teacher for sure. We should appreciate her today. She's a very good teacher. You click this lady right here and, oh wait, whatever lady's doing the interview thing. She's cool too. I meant the lady doing this little educational clip. Where is her?
They knew they needed a powerful singer to deliver the hook. Rumor has it they wanted either Shaka Khan or a singer named Jocelyn Brown, whose vocal had already been illegally sampled in this song. But they eventually...
We gotta appreciate her too. Like I like that Missy Elliott didn't give credit and nobody threw a fit about it. I don't like that. I had to Google this woman myself and just go look her up. I'm glad that TikTok does it for you. So that when somebody so great forgets to credit you in this little clip, and there you can still be found. So it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to get mad at Missy for missing out on the credit, because how's she supposed to credit somebody she doesn't even know? You know, like TikTok, you can't just at somebody at TikTok here on Twitter. Maybe that's what Elon Musk wants to do. Make it to where you can cross over your ads. It's just not going to work. But I get it. It's hard to credit someone when it's a whole nother service profile. But I'm glad that TikTok does it for you. That made me happy, because it made me realize, okay, when people forget to give you credit or just didn't have the time to figure it out, because it surely is a lot of work. What was the name? I don't really comment on this page. I don't remember tweeting this much. That's all I'm getting at. Like, okay, are we only in January? Okay. K-Hood, is this it? I wish I'd put my pride aside. Oh yeah, that conversation. Okay. Where is this conversation? Teaching. We're still talking about that. There's a lot of teaching here. It's everywhere. It's all the time. Oh, this one's funny. Oh my gosh. That's so hilarious. Oh gosh. No. No. I feel sand in my eyes. Okay. Let's I'm pretty sure it's definitely older than all this Tiffany Haddish obsession day. I went on a big jam that day. I got lost. Okay. Okay, that's just me. So where's the comment? You be a role model. Other people are allowed to live their life how they want. Yeah, okay. This is the conversation, I think. So, does not align. Okay. Here it is. This is definitely the conversation. I don't know if there's more to it from before this, right? Okay. Replying to. So let's go up to the actual topic. I'm not a role model. Okay. Now everybody can really come back at the same conversation we had back in November. Kevin Durant doesn't think he's a role model. Okay. Now, what conversation do you want to have when it comes to National Teacher Appreciation Day on Kevin Durant? Is he a teacher to you? Have you learned something from him? Let's tell him all about it. hey, dude, National Teacher Appreciation Day, you did this for me. You told me this. You taught me this. Everybody blast that shit right now, because then he will see National Teacher Appreciation Day saw him and thought, you are my role model for this, that, or the other reason. And that is why I consider you a teacher enough to appreciate you today. Let's appreciate Kevin Durant today. Woohoo! Clap hands. I can't clap my hands because I'm holding. But let's do it. Okay, I'm posting this now. We found it. We found the answer. Oh, gosh. Yes, you are. You don't have a choice. Kids all over the country look up to you. Okay, I get that conversation. That was the original version of that conversation. Who can view their tweets? I agree that doesn't mean he isn't a role model. It just means he shouldn't be. Okay, that makes sense too. But he is, and that's regardless. All of us are. Just because he's a star, a basketball player, whatever he is, whoever he is, got a little blue sticker, from the Twitter police, all the things, and doesn't mean that you are less of a role model. We are all a role model. We are all teachers. We're all the things, regardless of what our career choice is. So, doesn't mean he isn't a role model. Just means he shouldn't be. Okay. So that's where we come into, there will always be a teacher who should not be. There will always be a teacher that should not be, right? That is a truth that we do have to deal with this in this world. And that is why I believe we should all start realizing how much we are educators, teachers, role models, and important to somebody else, and have a self-responsibility to hold that standard so that we aren't considered the should not be's. Because yes, even Seventh Heaven has touched on the topic of a shitty ass teacher who called the girl stupid, or called her names, or treated her like garbage. Okay, so those people exist out there. We've seen it on the news. Some lady in a daycare dragging a kid by their arm across the room just to force them to wash their hands, or some stupid shit. Like, those people have lost their damn minds and their limit of what they know how to cope with, and their skills in life that they weren't taught as children on their own have made them to where they should not be, right? But if they were willing to work on this education of learning that we are all responsible for each other in this world, that is the truth. We are here, that we have been told this since we were children. We are here to make this world better. And every day we make something better is still our future, is still part of what we do here on this planet, is to continue to make the planet better. That's why we talked about recycling when we were kids, and we've promoted it so much that now we don't even have a plastic bag in California. I mean, we do, but you have to pay for it. And so just don't, so that way you just recycle more, and all the things. Being able to really see that you are a speck of sand in this universe, in this world. Just planet Earth is big enough for us to not even need to expand to how the universe, we are less than a speck of sand when it comes to the actual universe, but the planet Earth has more than enough going on. People, animals, and everything that's here. We are still a tiny little speck of beach sand. Like, probably still smaller than that. Like, it's that big of a place. And we miss out on how many people are here in it. We force responsibilities on celebrities. I'm sorry. You are just as responsible as that celebrity. It doesn't mean that just because they're a celebrity, we're forcing it. No, they chose to be a celebrity. They went out of their way to get that place. You wish you were there too, don't you? Maybe not. Maybe you love not being known. Maybe you love being the tiny invisible piece of sand in this world. But I believe all humans in this world are role models for the new generation. Age is not a factor. There's an 11-year-old teaching my 5-year-old in my neighborhood. That's what a tutor is. Peer education. We are all teachers and we teach you that, and then you still ignore the words. They have taught you everything you needed to know in school, but we ignore these highlighted pieces that will come back to you later. Like, this is coming back to me, right? I've learned this here, there, around the world, little specks along my life, in little crumbs. They've been sprinkled throughout my life. At age 5, age 10, age 12, okay, these things have popped up. This conversation has been had. And just because Twitter came out and started the new conversation all over again, doesn't mean that it really doesn't mean that is the conversation. Oh, it was had in November and that's that. No, we've been done had this conversation a long ass time ago. And I'm sure that was had a long time before that. I mean, what do you think happened the day they were like, let's put all these kids in that building and call it a school? That day exists, right? Like, you want to go into some history, go find out about that day. How many were there? What was happening? It's not written down, is it? Is it really? Do we really know the day the guy Webster started making a dictionary, that he just sat down and started writing his book? And everybody just was like, okay, that guy knows our English language, so let's all listen to him. When? What? Do we have this conversation? This conversation needs to be had. What day? Let's walk through that day in history. History Channel, the way America was made, the way America was built. All these cool little shows showing how McDonald's and all the guys who invent that day, the pizza man invented the pizza. He was reading a newspaper. The shit existed in Italy, was not called pizza. Okay, I'm just saying, watch the show, learn your history, and realize that we actually don't have history on everything. And maybe we do, maybe we don't. But this is a conversation. A real one. A real one to get deep into dive to, and when did I say I cussed? We all have a result. It's like this conversation happened before the next comment. That don't make sense to me. This is not the topic. Well, that's as much as I'm allowed to see. So you go find this comment. November 21st. Did I comment on the actual day he commented it? Yeah. He just said, I'm not a role model. Okay. It's a classy post. Kids that look up to you. Okay. This one, I think, is where I saw this. And then I was like, oh, let me see what's the prior conversation, I'm about to pull. What? Okay. See, I was missing context when I commented. I was just commenting on the fact that he said he's not a role model. You are a role model, and there's nothing you can do about it because you chose that career. You knew what you were getting into, and literally was probably child impressioned and taught to want that whole time, like your whole life. Yes, that is outrageous. I would have that face too, because It's like, who said he needed to be doing that? That is outrageous. He just needed some time to practice and thought, I'll do it all over town. Oh my gosh. That's back when everybody was talking about those ashy legs. It's sad. No. I remember that now. Okay. No. So rude. You don't have to be rude. It might be funny, but it's rude. Okay, so that is a 30-minute conversation on National Teachers Appreciation Day. And no, you're wrong. Shut your mouth. That's too much. Yes. I trust me, I am not the person who autocorrects words, but that was too easy. Okay. To continue a selfish cycle of drama. It's her opinion. Oh my gosh. I am something else. Still added 2 cents to who you are in this world. Somebody influenced you to be a basketball star, and you wanted it so bad. Like, it's okay that you don't want to be a role model, but you have a responsibility to understanding that you are one because you chose the career you chose. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is off topic. Now it's back into my regular tweets. Okay. She needs to remake this Mary. Maybe it's not Mary only, because there is more than one woman from the, what's it called? What did I just say in there? Back to the Future. I want Back to the Future to come back with at least 3, just minimum, right? Just a minimum of 3, but I wanted to be all the women. Mary Sheen and Elizabeth. They could totally, just the 2 of them, build an entire Back to the Future story of trilogy. It would be amazing because the women of Ghostbusters are doing it. So the women of Back to the Future, not Star Wars. We could do Star Wars too. Get the women on top right now. Get them in here and do this. Okay, off topic. Sorry, threw on that last because I forgot. But yes, this Kevin Durant comment didn't make it on the Kevin Durant feed. So nobody saw this at all. I just never realized it. It took me, that was December. Okay, so it wasn't even supposed to be that. So it's a whole nother conversation. I'm confused. Is it a whole nother year? Was it a year from one conversation to the other? Oh, November to December. I'm not counting right. I'm counting backwards. I just thought that, like, they put your old stuff down here and your new stuff up here, or vice versa. I guess I was confused. See, I see some December comments and some November comments all mixed up. That's what it was. I was late to the conversation in the first place. Okay. See y'all later. Bye. Happy National Teachers Appreciation Day. How do I end this thing? End it.